Hello everybody, Ghostblade 1062 here with another locomotive review. Today, we will be looking at the Broadway Limited Conductors Club Union Pacific Challenger number 3985 in the Excursion build that I've had in my possession for a little while now. And let's move on to the unboxing. Alright, taking a look at our very large box. On the front here we have the Broadway Limited Conductors Club logo and labeling. We don't have much detail on the bottom or the top of the box or the back. The only real information is on the left side of the box, where we have the product ID, which is 8990. Then we have the product barcode. It is an HO scale UP Challenger with the 4664 wheel configuration, road number 3985, in the Excursion appearance. And it is equipped with a Paragon 4 DCC and sound decoder, as well as a smoke unit. And now, sliding off the outer sleeve, we see the clamshell inside, as well as looking at the bottom, we see a folder that will contain our instruction manual. Right, here we go. Here is the clamshell. As well as on it we have a warning about turning on power. And now opening up the folder that has all of our paperwork. Okay, empty. So what we have included here is an advertisement flyer for the Broadway Conductors Club for both HO and N scale. Then we have a function sheet. We also have an exploded diagram. And finally, the owner's manual. Which includes everything for operations, the various sound functions, CVs, all in all, very in-depth with the descriptions for all of the individual functions. Here we have our CVs, Yeah, all in all, very in-depth, 31 pages of information. But moving on, sliding off the outer sleeve of the clamshell. This also loosens off the side panels. And included separately, we have a separate front coupler. One that does not hide behind the cowcatcher. We have our funnel for refilling smoke fluid. We have separate traction tires as well as the tool to remove the wheels. And now onto the important part. The locomotive itself. What a monster. And I gotta be careful here. Gotta figure out a safe spot to pick it up from where I won't do any damage to the detail parts. Here we go. Right, we have some foam between the front of the boiler and the leading truck. And then we have some harder foam in the back here. There we are. That's the foam out. And here we have the locomotive. So now we can move on to the detail overview section of the video. Alright, starting on the front of the locomotive here, we have our plow, which on the prototype would be able to open up to reveal a hidden front coupler. Then moving up, we have our headlight here. And then right on the center of the boiler, we have our number plate with the road name, as well as we have our DPU lighting near the top of the boiler here, just underneath the number plates, which are lit. And in between them, we have this nice gold-colored bell. Moving along the side of the locomotive, we have very nice detailing for the piping, as well as rivet detailing. The walkway here has a nice etched grid look. We have beautifully detailed drivers. With our air reservoirs on the side here. We have our whistles here at the top, right above the cylinders for the second truck, second driving truck, which are painted a nice golden color. And moving back a little bit, we have our dynamo for electricity, which sits just above the front of the smoke box, of the firebox. And this being the excursion version, it is a oil-fired locomotive. Looking into the cab, we have an engineer in here as well. Now moving on to the tender, we have our steps going up with a platform leading into the cab. And just here we have a fire hose storage and hookup point. We have nice rivet detailing along the side of the tender as well, with the Union Pacific painted on nicely. Then moving on to the back of the tender, we have our ladder going up to the top of it. And then on the back of the tender, we again have our reporting marks and road number. We have our directional lighting, as well as our DPU lighting. We have a plastic coupler from Broadway here, which I will be changing out to a Katy coupler. As well as we have some nice piping and airline detailing here. Alright, and I just turned the locomotive around. It was a lot easier to just pause the video to do so, given its size and weight. Now moving from the tender to the front, we have these nice detailed access panels along the side here, with nice riveting detail. Looking into the cab, we can see we have both, from this side we can see we have both an engineer and a fireman. We have our excess water let off here on this side as well, with the nicely detailed piping going to it. Nice piping detail along this side of the boiler. Nicely detailed steam lines going along the side here from the rear to the front driving trucks. And going along the top here, we have our dual smokestacks. We have our boiler dome and sand filler hatches. We have our nice detailed whistles. That nice golden color really pops on the black body of the locomotive. On the cab, we have a molded on roof hatch that on the prototype would be able to open up. And moving on to the tender, we have a nice molded on access hatch for refilling, as well as this nice gridding around that area. And a retaining wall around in case there's any spills. We also have 3 more access hatches here. And nice riveting detail going across, showing telling us where the separate panels would be. All in all, an absolutely stunning piece. And next, we will move on to the rip track segment. Alright, welcome to the rip track segment. I'm gonna do this a little bit differently from normal due to the size of this locomotive. So, I will be verifying the coupler height on camera, for the factory coupler, which is sitting spot on. And now what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to verify the wheel gauge as well as change the coupler to a Katy coupler. And the reason I'm doing this off camera is due to the size of the locomotive, making it difficult to hold the locomotive while also checking the wheel gauge. So I will be back shortly with the results. Alright, I'm back from checking the wheel gauge, and I did also try to change the coupler. However, upon opening up the coupler box, I realized that it is not set up for the Katy number 158s that I normally use, which are the whisker couplers that auto straighten. Instead, they are more set up for the Katy number 5s, which I do not currently have any of. As such, I reinstalled the factory coupler for the time being. As for the wheel gauge, all of the axles on the tender are engaged, as are all of the axles on the main locomotive. Which means we are now ready to take the locomotive over to the track for a test run and a function test. Alright, starting with the functions, with function 9, the extended startup. And now let's see how well it moves on speed step 1. It actually moves pretty quickly on speed step 1. Function 0 is the directional lighting. Function 1 is the bell. Function 2, the whistle. Which is equipped with steam blow as well. Function 3 I am unsure what sound that is. It seems the function chart isn't quite accurate. Function 4 is the air pump. Function 5 is the blowdown at idle. Function 6 is water fill at idle. Function 7 turns the smoke unit on and off. Function 8 is the master volume, which mutes the rest of the sounds. Function 10 is the oil injector. Function 11, the water injectors. Function 12 is brake set and release. Function 13 is the grade crossing whistle. Function 14 is station sounds. Function 15 is yard radio chatter. Function 16 is maintenance radio chatter. Function 17 is radio check chatter.
That's good radio. What do you have now? You're loud and clear.
Function 18 is city radio chatter.
Sorry, they got a switch problem down at 119 and bunch of traffic coming.
Function 19 is farm radio chatter. Function 20 is industrial sounds. Function 21 is lumber mill sounds. Function 22 is the secondary whistle toggle. Function 23 is the flyby whistle. Function 24 is the rear tender class lights on and off. Function 25 is the long whistle.
Run out to the signal maintainer on the bottom derail coming over.
Function 26 is macro playback. 27 is record macro. And 28 is brake squeal. Alright everybody, this concludes my review of the Broadway Limited Conductors Club Union Pacific Challenger Road number 3985 in the Excursion build. It is a very beautifully detailed locomotive. It is very nice and heavy with the metal body. It's running very smoothly, though I was having some issues with getting it to run at first. It was not really cooperating with my ESU system, but once I got it going, it started running beautifully. That being said, it is a Conductors Club exclusive, so there will be many people that can't get a hold of one of these. But if you are able to get one, it is a very, very nice model. Broadway Limited did an amazing job on it. And all in all, it is something I would highly recommend. That being said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like or a comment, and subscribe for more model railroad content. Have a great day, everybody!